Hey everybody, David here, and this is another short and sweet Fantasy Grounds tutorial where we're going to be looking at all the different ways to, check out the dice, roll the dice, use the chat box to roll dice commands, all that good stuff. So if you're a new player to Fantasy Grounds, you'll probably find this quite useful. And if you're a savvy veteran of the software, I'm sure you probably already know how to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to take a look at the chat box. Now, you can resize the chat box any way you like, and I already resized it for this video, but normally it's the whole left side of your screen. Now, there is a command that you can use called the /DIE command. And you can basically find that command by doing /command or /commands. It doesn't matter which one you use. And it will literally pull up all of the commands that Fantasy Grounds recognizes in the chat function. And you'll see that here it is right here. You can do /die and then number plus any other number minus number, and then maybe like a small emote afterwards. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you'll do /die, and we'll say that we're using a magic missile. So we'll do 3d4 plus 3, and then we'll throw a little emote after that, and we'll say David cast magic missile. Alright, now you can do two things with this. You can either hit enter, or you can just literally take your mouse and drag this down to your macro bar. And when you do that, it saves that roll. So if you're going to be using Magic Missile all the time, just drag it down there and then just hit the function button. So when you hit F3, it'll pop up and say, David cast Magic Missile, 3d4 plus 3. There you go, simple as that. And you can do that with 96 different commands or macros. You can do 96 macros. You got your standard F1 through F12 here at the bottom that you can see. And then you can hold down the Shift button, the Control button, or the Alt button and get 96 different other spots to put macros. So have fun with all of the macros. So that's pretty much the first way to roll dice. That's if you're going old school, if you're going like a text-based game, a theater of mind text-based game, then that may be what the Dungeon Master requires you to do. Now you'll also see the 3D dice. They are down here, and of course you can change the color to those. Now to change the color of the dice, all you have to do is click on the color palette that's in the top right hand corner, and it's going to look like the Bob Ross color palette, and then you can go ahead and change it and whatnot. Now you can see that right here I've got a color gizmo. Now that's an extension that you can download from the Fantasy Grounds forums. Make sure you look in the More Core RPG forum, and you can download that and put the extension into your app folder, in the extensions folder, activate it for your game, restart the game, and voila, then you can change the 6-digit code to whatever color you want. So you can change it to anything you want, and then you can change the numbers to white or black. It's really nice. So you can change the color of your dice. Now, when you're rolling your dice, if you just want to roll it on the tabletop, the other players in the DM are not going to see it. So you're going to want to keep it in the chat box first and foremost. Always keep it in the chat box. Now you just pick up a die and throw it in there. All right. Voila, there it is. Now you can also, in the bottom left hand corner, you can use the modifier box to add a modifier. So if you want to put 5, just go ahead and do a 20 plus 5 to hit. There you go. D20 plus 5. Now, what if you want to go ahead and put that in a macro? You can do that too. Just put that 5 back in there, or better yet, we'll just go back to the Magic Missile. We'll put a 3 in our modifier box, and then we'll go ahead and pick up the 4-sided and right-click it a couple times. When you right-click it, it will put, there you go, you just hold it, hold the left mouse button down, right-click it a couple times, and then just drop it down in your macro box, and then you'll see the 3d4. Now, in this case, just hit F4, and you can see that there it is, 3d4 plus 3. All right. Now, if you're going to cast a higher level magic missile, go ahead and you can do two things. The first thing, you can just keep clicking up to 30, like I said, by holding down the left mouse button and right-clicking all the way up to 30 dice. So you can do 30d4. That's the maximum that you can do by right-clicking. And then you would just throw it in there, bam. Not a very good roll, 72. Or you can right-click on the dice, and it'll pop up, you want 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, or 20. You can't go up to 30, but you can do 20. So then all you do is just dump it in the chat, and voila. Now, this is the Morecore extension. So you'll see that there is the fate die down here. It is the positive and negative. Now, on the 10-sided, if you right-click the 10-sided, it has percentile. So whenever you right-click it, same thing as the 4-sided, you can do anywhere 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, and then there's percentile, and you just hit the percentile and just roll it into the box. And then, you know, with any of these rolls, guys, gals, you can always add a modifier in there. So it's as simple as that, guys. I mean, it is just as simple as that. And you just drag anything down in your macro bar. Now, there's also the dice tower. And the dice tower is down here in the bottom right. Usually, it's off by default when you're in Dungeon Master mode. Now, to turn it on, you're going to want to go to your cogwheel, top right, and hit the options button. Depending on the rule set you're using, it may be a different type of button, but in this case, it is the cogwheel button. Now you're going to want to show GM rolls, and when you show GM rolls to on, the dice tower will turn on for the Dungeon Master. Now the players will probably already see it, but seeing that by default, all of the rolls for the Dungeon Master are hidden and the players can't see them, when you turn on Show GM Rolls, it allows the players to see them. And that's why it turns on the tower. So now you'll go ahead and throw your dice into the tower if you're on DM mode and you don't want anybody to see the roll. So you'll see the question mark. Anytime that a roll has the question mark, that means that the DM's the only one that sees it. All right? So that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching the video. Please feel free to leave a comment down below. Also, if you enjoy the content, please share it, please like it, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm David, and happy gaming.